nightmare because it just drags on because you're just like, oh gosh.
Doesn't work. I do a lot of like the doctors, like the holiday week is an opportunity.
Yeah.
It's 6 o'clock.
Recording in progress.
Okay, it's 6 o'clock on July 1st, 2024. I'm Naomi Miller, Chair of the Select Board of Shaftsbury, and I'm calling this regular meeting to order. Is there a conflict of interest anybody has with anything on the agenda?
No.
Nope.
Thank you. Okay, so our first item of business is minutes. First is the minutes of the regular Select Board meeting on June 17th. Can I have a motion to approve those minutes? Mike?
Motion to approve the August 17th minutes.
Second.
Second from Brad, thanks. Anything anybody's noted in these minutes that they would like to suggest be changed? No? Okay. All in favor of passing them as they are?
Aye.
Aye. Great. And second, we have the special Select Board meeting from the 24th of June. Can I have a motion for that?
So moved.
Thank you, Mike. Second. Thank you, Brad. Any discussion on these? Nope. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Passed 500, both of them.
400.
400, you're right. Tony is not here because he is ill. Okay, warrants.
Would you like one at a time, or would you like them all at the same time? We'll give you this one first.
We'll do one at a time.
Okay.
Like them not.
So first we have check warrant report number 1 of 2024.
2025. It's the new fiscal year.
Today's the new fiscal year.
25, you're right, sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, it's for $36,565.62.
So moved.
Thank you, Mike and Brad. All right, we have here $4,130 to the Sheriff's Department.
That's for police department coverage, their fee.
And this is the beginning of our new relationship with them.
Yep, we have a new contract that was negotiated and approved, and we are under it now. So they're doing more, what's the word I'm looking for?
Patrolling.
Thank you, patrolling, as a policeman does, or woman. Yeah, more patrols, more coverage.
More patrols, more coverage. Great. $1,345.83 to GA Bow Fuels.
That's for diesel, DPW trucks.
Cot Systems for $170.
Jumped over there. COTS system, that's record room solution for the town clerk. For the
Just
Archives.
Yeah. All right. We have $27 to Green Mountain Power, $27.16. It's just an odd little number.
Oh, yeah. That is
Cheap electric.
cheap electric. Yeah, well, the one before it is 913, so one's for Shaftsbury Village, the other is for Hawks Ave. So just two of many electric bills from Green Mountain Power, the rest of which came today.
Street lights.
Okay.
Oh, I was going to say.
Street
Yeah, it's got to be
lights.
something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. We have one here for $10,711.93 to KAS Inc. That's for
The spring of 2024, groundwater and drinking water monitoring at the closed landfill, because we have to constantly monitor that, where it goes. I think the houses that are in the immediate area, and it's just to do that I don't know how often they do it. This is the spring 2024. Do you know how often they do it?
6 months.
That's what I thought.
so twice a year.
Twice a year. That's all that POFA monitoring for
Yeah.
landfill.
Yeah.
Does that include the filtration systems in the houses?
I'm pretty sure that it does, but they don't always test that.
Gotcha.
It changes all the time. Every time they come, they do something different.
Yeah.
That's what it's for.
And it's always a different fee then?
I would say yes. I don't typically see the fee, I just kind of let them into our building and show them the landfill if it's a different inspector, because it has been the last couple times.
I see. Okay, MSK Engineering, $1,721.25.
That's the survey for the stormwater upgrade. The select board did approve that. I don't have the minutes,
I
the
can
date.
explain that briefly if you need me to.
Yeah, if you could.
The new town garage has a stormwater permit that needs to be renewed every 5 years. Well, they found a few things on there that, I don't know if you remember back, probably Dave was still here.
Salt.
The salt was going in, that KAS found the salt down in there, but, so MSK wanted to do this big survey and make sure the stormwater is staying on site and not going out down into those monitoring wells. So that's just the first installment of the process of MSK to get our stormwater permit for our facility for the state back up and going.
Wow, okay. So we're just beginning to look into that, really?
They were notified 5 months ago,
Yeah.
so yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on.
Great. Let's hope for the best, right? Okay, Sycamore Landscaping, $2,625.
That's the June cemetery mowing and maintenance for all the cemeteries.
All the cemetery.
That's, his salary is divided up over 12 months, so he gets a check every month. His whole contract is.
I see. Thanks. The Vermont League of Cities and Towns, we're paying them $6,023 in dues.
Those are dues, our town dues for their services.
And I'll just pick something else. Let's see. Well, we have, good, $600 for each of 3 people for clothing allowances.
Those are the DPW guys.
Good.
who-
Yes, that's our.
And they're
clothing.
spending their clothing allowances.
Yeah, got
That's
their
good.
clothing allowance.
Should be 6 of us.
Not on this one.
I don't know if she did them all at once, or maybe did some,
Oh, no, there's a 4th.
did some already come
think
forward and get them
maybe-
yet?
No, I don't think so.
I'll talk to Tiffany.
So there must be 2.
Yeah, maybe there's 2.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Passed 400.
This is the payroll warrant.
This is payroll warrant number 26. And it's for $28,882.04. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Mike, second by Brad. Any discussion on that amount?
Nope.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, thanks. 400.
Just so you know, she always highlights the actual amount so you don't have to. It's
Usually
easier
we
to
have the
read,
lights on.
yeah.
and it's easy.
Good work, though. Perfect, thank you.
These last 2 are both Beamer's warrants. One is regular for regular payroll. The other one is for an oversight we found when the new bookkeeper started and when I started and going through the records, realizing that 2 part-time, which were really 3/4-time employees, when they went up to past 30 hours, they should have been kicked into Beamer's. It was an oversight, it happens. The previous town administrator didn't catch it, but it was also 18 months ago, or 2 years for the other one. So the select board had agreed and voted we need to get them caught up and enrolled in it, and then also take care of our, chip in our part, and then take care of their contributions as well, since it was
Our mistake.
Beamers is the,
Beamers is the Vermont retirement, it's the retirement fund of Vermont. So we're getting square with that, to do the right thing.
Yep, and we had all discussed that and agreed that this was absolutely something we
And
needed to
going
do.
forward, we're on the right track and everyone is getting what they need.
Okay, so that one is for $21,305.03. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Mike,
Second.
second by Brad. Any discussion? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
400. And the other one is check warrant number 101.
Just regular old Beamers.
What? Just regular old
for
Beamers,
the
yep.
Other full-timers.
$12,562.89. Can I have a motion?
That as well.
Mike?
Second.
Thank you, Brad. All in favor?
Aye.
aye.
Great. Okay. Don't you just wish we could sign magically as things move along? At dead moments? Right. Announcements. No announcements. Public comments.
Public comment? Betsy Haberfield and I are here representing the Shaftsbury Historical Society.
Welcome.
Some time ago, the Historical Society realized that there has, in the past, been a lot of demand for something that represents the town, some identity of the town. When we had the 250th anniversary, we had T-shirts made up for Shaftsbury. I still have mine and it's falling apart. And we thought this would be a good time for purposes of town pride and also for identity for the town, that the Historical Society would like to put together the shirts, which we are both wearing, and to let us be as visible as Bennington has Bennington T-shirts or Manchester, and to make them available to the public. I have already spoken with Marlene downstairs, and I mentioned to Paula as she was leaving for lunch today that we had these things, and the reason that I'm here and didn't ask to have it put on the agenda is that Marlene said it would be perfectly fine with her if we would like to leave some downstairs, publicized to the town, that they can get a town shirt downstairs, and I am simply, we are here to ask if there is any objection by the board to do that. We already have, as Marlene pointed out, the history of Shaftsbury that is downstairs for sale. This would be basically for the benefit of the Historical Society and the town, and we thought it was a good idea. And as it says, Shaftesbury, yeah, let's stand up. Shaftesbury, established 1761, older than Vermont. All true.
And what images are on it? I can see some of them.
Mainly North Shaftsbury side.
This is exactly the same image that was on the 250th.
Right, so it is Shaftsbury
It is
Center for those who can't,
Yes.
see. So it has the old Baptist church and
Right.
some of the other historic buildings.
And as you see,
from
it's
that.
available with gray on green and green on gray, and we have them from small all the way up to double X large. Up to large, it's $20 a t-shirt, typical price. Double X large is $25 a t-shirt.
And are good quality.
Yeah, they're good quality.
Ted wears his constantly.
So that's why we're here. As long, I'm asking if the board would have any objection if we allow them to be sold downstairs by the town clerk.
Anybody have any objection to that?
That's great.
Sounds great.
And so
I
besides,
would have one other thing.
yeah,
There is a ulterior motive for me personally. I have been overseas for a while and realized that there's something that is very common for many, many old towns overseas. And I thought it would be a wonderful idea for Shaftsbury. Not this year, but perhaps next year. And I'm mentioning it just that the board starts thinking about it. Shaftsbury was founded, at least based on the information I have, on August 20th, 1761. Many towns have something called Founding Day.
Yeah.
Founding Day on August 20th would be a perfect time for the town to have a celebration on our property right over here where the town could walk to it in warm weather, wear our t-shirts, and celebrate. So I will be coming back later, but I'm asking the board to simply think about, wouldn't that be a wonderful town pride event that we could hold? And it's not a money-making one, it's not a private one, would be a town celebration.
That sounds lovely.
It would go with our
Thank you.
t-shirts.
besides them being sold downstairs with Marlene, are there other places that folks are going to be able to get the shirt? Are they going to be at the
Hopefully.
store or anywhere
we're
else?
going to
We
be
tried the
checking around.
store. They said
Okay.
they would take them if they were tote bags, but they're not in a position to.
Right, to hang them out. Okay, so if they don't come to Marlene, then getting in touch with somebody who's on the historical
Anybody, yeah,
board?
yeah.
Okay.
I suspect
To get
we'll be talking to the Chocolate Barn, we'll be talking
Okay.
to the Market Wagon, we'll be talking to a couple of those.
How many do you
I wanted
have?
to start with the town first because
Sure,
it's a town.
it's exciting, and they are lovely.
Suggestion.
Yeah,
How many do you have?
boxes and boxes.
Boxes and boxes. Oh, good.
I already bought 4 or 5 for my grandkids and my kids, and they live 4,000 miles away.
It might be good to check in with Clearbrook, too.
If it's okay with the board, we could put a link on the website.
A link on
Put
the
it
website?
on the website,
That
yep.
would be good,
And if any
too.
of you would like, actually, I thought it'd be wonderful if
Yes.
you showed up for every meeting with one of your t-shirts on the shelf.
I do like it. It's a nice design,
What
nice
size? What
colors.
sizes do you have?
Mine is extra large.
The ones you have, I could buy one right now if it's large. I like the green one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
the
it large?
green.
Yeah, the
I'll take
greens are
green one. Here, I have.
Is it large or extra?
Is it okay to conduct business during a meeting?
She'll take the money. I'm just a spokesman.
There you go.
Okay, modeling good behavior.
That's where it's done. Cash transaction.
Okay.
Oh, you're on a lot.
They will be downstairs very shortly.
Sell
They'll
like
be right
hotcakes.
downstairs.
Hotcakes
Okay,
here.
so
They're pretty cool.
just to summarize again, people can get these shirts downstairs with the town clerk's office. They'll be there starting in 10 minutes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
And
Thank
the
you.
sign is on its way sometime this summer for the old mill.
Perfect. Yeah, for the celebration.
I'm thinking we should probably get kids to carry it over to our, wouldn't that be fun? That would be
It would also be nice for the school.
Yeah.
I'm not going to the school. I don't know that that's appropriate. Is
Well,
it?
I don't know. Oh, yeah, the fourth grade came.
That's true. They can have some school if they'd like to have
The
some.
whole
Yeah.
fourth grade was.
They'd be nice gifts for children for awards.
Yeah,
Oh,
thank you.
okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Any other public comments? Marie?
Just came to hear what's going on.
Thank you. It's so nice when you come. Okay, moving on to the DPW report.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Mike.
Oh, what do we have on there first?
Truck
Okay.
replacement.
So, the truck replacement. Last year, I don't know, we were due to replace one of the tandems, and the board signed. They gave me the approval to do it. Well, the paperwork didn't get in time to get a slot to get one ordered. So we missed that. So we kind of had to start over again. Well, starting over kind of changed some things, my thinking too, is this truck that we're replacing is a tandem. It's a bigger truck, more tires, more, it's one of our larger trucks with the bigger dump bodies. To do what I want to do, the numbers just aren't there, and the route this truck plows, I want to go to a single axle truck. So, and it's still a lot of money too. So I met with Allegiance, they're on state contract, and Viking's on state contract to purchase through them anyways. And I signed the paperwork to lock us in. I told them that when I got your full approval that I would just, make sure, but anybody could sign it that was a town employee. All that was doing was just signing, saying we weren't purchasing the truck just so that we would get a slot to purchase it. We did the same thing last year. I just wasn't the one to sign it or the one to turn it in, so things got messed up. So this truck should be already budgeted in our capital plan. This one will be paid for when it shows up out of money out of the reserves, if I'm saying everything correctly. But the way I look at it, that's the way it is. And we're looking at $254,719. That's truck, body, plow, everything that we need to replace the tandem. That truck, because of it takes so long to order them, to build them, we will not see that truck until fiscal year '26. Just by the time it comes in, goes and gets its body, it could be around this time next year that we see it. It could be a little bit towards September, it could be a little bit earlier, but worst case scenario, we will see it for next winter. So that would be ordered through Allegiance, and it's the same exact truck as what we received last winter, the same identical specs, everything. And it would be taking the tandem and turning it into a single axle, so it would be a smaller truck.
So it's the same truck, but smaller.
Smaller, same brand, just a little bit smaller. The reason I want to go with a little bit smaller truck is in the wintertime, some of the tandems are nice for hauling material. You can haul more sand, but they're also hard to get turned around. A lot of the spots that we got to get turned around, like the top of Eleanor's Way or the top of Blueberry Hill, you can do it with a tandem, but if we actually got a lot of snow, it would be a lot more difficult. The disadvantage is that it might take one more load of sand to sand the road, because the tandem obviously holds more sand. But a tandem now is over $300,000. And last year when we were going to order a tandem, we were $270,000. So I want to go this route. When it's time to replace the other tandem, which that'll be coming up here next year or something soon, I want to stick with that tandem. I would like to have one, but I don't feel Shaftsbury needs two, because we have their single axles and we do a lot of work with them. They're easier to turn around. So that wouldn't get paid for or anything until the truck was built. So I'm not like asking for money or signing anything, just getting your blessing that we're okay to go ahead and order that truck.
Okay, so can I have a motion to approve Mike to order a truck from a single?
Yeah, it'd be a single axle, the new, right there where it says 2026 International HV.
2026 International HB for $254,719.
All right, I move.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Brad. Any discussion of this?
Hopefully we get it before the price goes up to $300,000.
Well, we'll be locked.
We'd be locking ourselves in. It seems like a good idea.
It's less than it would have been.
Yeah.
Assuming that it gets in on time this year.
Yeah, I talked to both of them, and that, I talked to Viking and Allegiance, and that's where we're at. Actually, Viking saved our spot, so it was the truck part that wasn't. When I called Viking to tell him what I was doing, he's like, yeah, I still have you on the book, so. we didn't lose that spot. We just lost the build on the cabin chassis.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passed 400. Here you go. Thank
Can
you.
have that one for her.
Thank you very much.
So one more note on this truck is this truck that we're going to be replacing, that one that we just talked about, is going to be in the fleet for another solid winter, and it is an older truck too, and it's had a lot of problems throughout the years, and it's not getting any better. So Allegiance they don't even want to give me a trade. They don't want to put a number on it, and the reason they don't want to put a number on it is because by the time the truck comes in, they could say they'll give us 50 grand. By the time it comes in, they're going to make us sign paperwork saying that they're allowed to change this. So to avoid all that, when it comes time after the other one's built, I think we should sell that outright ourselves. And it looks, in looking at VLCT, the website and stuff, it looks like a lot of other towns have been doing that because of how long the turnaround is for a build. So when the new truck is in, we will be putting that out either to auction or to sell or something. So what I'm getting at is I have another single axle. This truck was purchased from North Bennington as a kind of like a 5-year plan. And we bought this truck because Norm was upgrading his truck, so we bought this truck to upgrade our fleet. So in the capital plan that we worked up before, the tandem, the truck that you just voted on, and then this truck that I'm talking about right now, the single axle that we bought from North Bennington, we're gonna get replaced. Like last year would be that one, and then this year would be to upgrade that truck. Well, what me and the last town administrator talked about is we were going to upgrade that truck to a smaller version. So it would be like a 5500 series. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I have my single axles that are heavier duty, 30,000 pound. This one's like 19.5. It's a smaller truck. It's kind of like the white Chevy that we have with the dump body. So I want to replace that truck also this year. That truck we bought from North Bennington, we had a lot of breakdowns with that last winter, and then we had a lot of breakdowns with the one that needs to be replaced. And I don't want to run into having 3 trucks broke. I'm saying 3 because another one broke down at the same time during the storm. So what I'm getting at is I would like to replace the one from North Bennington as well, but I would also like to replace it being able to finance a truck, because and a lot of towns are doing this, the more I've talked to them, to pay for the truck all at once is becoming so hard because they're not $150,000 anymore, they're $300,000. So a lot of towns are financing, and there's all different types of financial agreements we can, look at afterwards. So, like you can do 5 years, 5 annual payments, 6, whatever. But these trucks that I have right now, the ones that are giving me trouble, I have no warranties on these trucks. So we're dumping money into these trucks. So we put $20,000 into this one that needs to be replaced last year. We could have put $20,000 into a loan payment because I had the Ford company that, I'll explain here in a minute, just give me a breakdown. And I also had Allegiance give me a breakdown in roughly around $100,000, because that's about, we're a little bit over, but what it's going to cost you $22,000 a year. So the money we're dumping into repairs into this truck, and you don't know what's going to happen. It could break down, it could not break down, you're not sure. So what I've been working on is I contacted Allegiance because we do a lot of business with them. I had them give me a quote on the smaller truck, And then I also contacted the municipal side of Ford out of Rutland. And Allegiance would have to order the truck. It's a chance it wouldn't show up until midwinter or whatever. And plus it's $12,000 more. So I talked with the Ford salesman in Rutland, and he deals with all the municipalities and stuff, and they actually have a Ford F550 cabin chassis on the lot. And it was actually scheduled to go to the body guy that we use for our smaller trucks shop they were gonna it was ordered for another town. The other town, this winter, the other town's truck caught on fire. They could not wait for this truck to come. They needed to buy something in the winter. So that's why this truck is on the lot. But it's all set up, and so I got a quote from Ford, and then I got a quote from the plow and body guy for sander, plow, bed, everything we'd need to use this truck, and we're at $105,106. And that's all set up, and the truck would be ready to roll by October, November.
Okay, can I have a motion to approve this, and then we can discuss it further?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve this truck purchase for 105, 106, or to discuss.
From Ford. in
This would be
Rutland.
from Formula Ford, and then they're in Rutland.
A second? Second, Brad, thank
Yes,
you.
Formula Ford of Rutland.
Okay, so you're talking about getting financing,
Yes,
which presumably the interest on would be less than what we actually pay if we averaged out repairs over the years. Is that
correct.
correct?
Interest rates are high right now for everybody, but even doing the math, it would be less because of the downtime and all the repairs that we keep putting into, it's very minimum for, what we have.
And it would be under warranty.
The truck would have a warranty,
That's the most important.
and we can buy an extra warrant. You can, depending on, and I left that out because I wasn't sure. I didn't want to have too much. I wanted to see where we were at first, but we can buy an extended warranty. We can leave the factory warranty. We can go from there too, but the truck that we need to replace, the one that needs to be financed, the one that we still have is giving us a lot of problems.
And you're talking about a 5-year loan? Is it?
I just got a ballpark on just something that we could, like how we wanted to do it. If we wanted to do a 5 or a 6, or a lot of towns have been doing 5, and they do 5 annual payments.
When you said 22, I thought that must be a 5-year loan.
Yeah, it was roughly $22,000 with interest. Yes, on it, so.
So this would come right out of your existing budget.
Are you gonna sell it?
So this was my other plan too. So because I still have the one that needs to be replaced, the tandem, that's out there getting built. I'm not solving the problem with that one. So what my thought is if this one we hung on to it and used it as a spare for the winter. And granted, it would only get used if somebody's truck broke down. If it broke down and needed a major repair, we could do something different there. But I wanted to save this one through the winter and then auction or sell it in the spring. And then that would bring money in towards the loan payment. I'm guessing that truck would bring around $20,000 sold. Traded, it's not going to bring. Traded, we're not going to get anything for it. But I'm guessing around $20,000.
What were you going to ask, Mike?
Just because all these numbers fit within your existing budget as it stands today, is that?
Yes, I think so.
I mean, the budget, yes, the capital budget, we have to rework a little bit, but it's still in line with it. And I think the most important thing is that Mike said that last winter, 2 of his trucks broke down at the same time in a storm. And if you're shelling out $20,000 to $30,000 in repairs on trucks that don't have a warranty, that seems like a big red flag to me as far as it's time to do something different, especially when it's clear that the roads need smaller trucks in some instances, and they need reliable trucks. And so do the citizens of Shaftsbury, because we need the trucks not to break down in a storm. So, I mean, if it were me, I'd rather spend how many thousands of dollars in interest than $30,000 in repairs.
Our repair bills for the trucks we were way over.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that just this way.
Allegiance, all those, it was between the 2 tandems in this truck, they were constantly, those just, and then my other ones, the newer ones, truck 1 and truck 2, those are fairly new. One was brand new first winter, those were fine. I mean, so I don't know where else to go without financing something to make the fleet more efficient during the wintertime.
There's been money put aside on a 5-year plan, right?
Yeah, we were just looking at that.
Just where are we with
Today.
that?
The money is there, maybe a little bit more for the single axle. But by the time we purchase that, by the time that truck is built, we could be into fiscal year 26. So then you would transfer more money into that reserve. So there probably will be more money in there than we need to purchase the single axle through Allegiance. Which if there is, then we can pay this off and avoid the interest fees. So, I mean, there's some things out there that we could probably do to make this work a little bit quicker, or we have to just use it and finance it through the whole time. I personally didn't get into that part of the budget as much as I would like to. I feel like I need to be involved more so I can have a better understanding for when these questions are asked. But to my knowledge, in looking at the plan that we need to update, it's very hard to understand. That's where I'm at.
Rather than make a new document to
Yeah.
make it easier to
Thoughts or
understand.
questions?
Yeah, the water department has a great truck for sale with it.
Yeah, they will.
Okay.
Obviously, I'll work with Tiffany or Melanie on the financial part of this. You know, because the sales, the financial bit of Ford is going to give us the printout of whether we go with Ford or we go with a different loan or something. But if we start this now, we can see this truck by the end of the year, and you wouldn't have to make any payment until the truck was received. So we still have a lot of time to brainstorm the money wise, but we don't have a lot of time to not get it approved to be built. Did you want to see something? No, I just didn't want to bombard you with a bunch of paperwork, but I will get more, because I've got a lot of my stuff on there, because I was just trying to figure out what sander to go with, what plow to go with, you know, all that stuff on the truck, and that's just kind of like,
That's what my face was expressing.
yeah, so.
What needs to be built?
So yeah, so what it is it's going to be an F550. And the way they have it written up here, it would be a 2024 Ford F550 with plow equipment. That's the way they have it written up.
Okay, are we ready to take a vote on this? Yeah. Okay, all in favor? Say aye.
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 Do we have a motion? Did we make a motion?
We had a motion.
We did, yeah.
We did, okay, yeah, okay.
Discuss.
Aye. Eyes glazed over.
Okay. So did you say aye, Mark?
Yes, I did
Yes,
say aye.
okay,
I'm
so
sorry.
that's
I was like, did
400.
we have a motion? That
Well, we
we had a
talked a
long
while during
discussion.
discussion.
Yes.
That's
Long
my
discussion.
brain.
Great, okay, approved.
All right, I will get this going and get some more financial paperwork so you can see it. But all right, so we're good
Thank
there
you.
with the trucks.
The next thing was the methane.
Yes, I was
Yep.
looking for my
Which is
little.
very quick.
Yeah, so the other day I got thinking about the methane and I spoke to one of the contractors that came here to look at the demo, and he said to me, we got talking about the landfill, and I said, I'm looking for someone to replace the vent on there, and he said, well, why don't you call Hayden Plumbing and Heating? They do all your plumbing at the shop. They did all the install there, and the exhaust system and everything. And I was like, I don't know. Wasn't thinking. I was just thinking landfill. So I called Brad with Hayden, and he actually just got back to me, and I brought him up there, I showed him, I don't know if you guys saw this, did you see the sketch that MSK drew? I'm sure you all saw it. So I gave him this, and I said, take this and give me a quick estimate on what you need. It's already been approved to be replaced, so I'm hiring you to do this. So Brad, just wanted to give you a little backing. They're going to replace it. The enclosure that is around there is quite expensive, so we're looking at like $7,188 said and done, everything to this plan. Which I told him no, because that's what MSK drew up. But he said that there are other enclosures out there that might be a little less money. So I don't know if you want me to contact MSK, because they're the ones that drew this. They're the ones that's going to inspect it. They're the ones that's going to put their name on it. Like this is done per plan. So do we just stay with what they drew, or do we drag this out longer and find a cheaper box? I personally it's been long enough, let's get it done. So I told Brad I would let him know about that, but he said there are other options for the box. I just think, I don't know, what are we gonna save, $1,000?
Right, and every day that goes by, we get closer to the possibility of an accident.
Yes, and it's not functioning correctly anyway, so.
Wow.
Got the lights around.
Thanks, Jen.
That's where I'm at with that. When all the parts are in, it's like one day install.
Anybody feel differently than Mike is suggesting about that enclosure?
Nope.
And we've already voted to approve this.
Yes, it's already been voted, yeah.
Great.
I just wanted to, we just wanted to give you an update on what was going on.
Thank you. That's wonderful.
forward.
It's very
Yeah.
exciting.
Done.
Yeah, it is.
It's about to happen.
We needed to find someone who could deal with methane. It's not just anyone.
Not everybody does it.
Not everyone does it.
That's that.
Okay, and next is the update on the discussion really of speed monitors.
So, what do you want to talk about?
So
I did a little research on some things too.
I'll go backwards a bit, just
Yeah.
to fill people in. So last year, we talked a lot about speeding in various parts of town, particularly Hawks Avenue and Grandview Street, but it was a problem around town, and it was agreed that we were going to buy 2 portable speed monitors, and they were ordered, and now they have come in, and now I will give it to you.
So I looked at them, when I first looked at them, it was wintertime, and we were not putting them out. It was just not the right time of the year when they came in, when that all got approved. Well, over the winter, I looked at them a little bit more, and they're battery operated, and I was told they mounted to a telephone pole, but doing a little more research, they mount to a sign post. I looked at them again like last week, and the plastic piece that mounts this thing actually bolts to like one of our square posts that we would use for a stop sign or something. I don't know if I'm a big fan of that, because the stub gets pounded into the ground, then the post goes in, then it's just bolted. Somebody can unbolt that, take it away. The other thing I don't like about it is they were purchased without solar panels. They were purchased with batteries that needed to be charged every few days. And I didn't do enough reading on them to know the exact number, but I want to say it was 3 days they would last, depending on traffic. We don't have time to go out there and take this off the thing, charge the batteries, bring them back out. If you want to use those, we can be creative and figure something how to mount them, but I think we should purchase the solar panels that go with those units. The plugs are all there. I don't know who bought them. I don't know what the brand is.
But my question is, how is this going to help us? What information does it actually record? Just speed, but the vehicle, and what good is that?
Well, it also tells people what speed they're going and what the speed limit is. And there's apparently a lot of research showing that is a deterrent to speeding. It's an effective
just so
deterrent.
they can see it.
Yes, so it's pretty much just going to show you that it's 25 miles an hour through there. I guess they can do those machines do some data collection, but I didn't get into them that much.
But I think the main point of it was, it says to you, hey, you're going, 8 miles over the speed limit, slow down.
BCRC, Bennington Regional Planning, whatever that is.
BCRC.
Yeah, BCRC. They did all the speed studies out there. They put the cables across. We got all that documentation. So that stuff can be all done to the town from them anyways. They did all that for Hawks Ave and Bank Street, and the information's probably still here somewhere. I get it. I understand what you're saying. Like, we have the ones here in Shaftsbury. They're just not user-friendly. We could have rented mobile units for $1,200 a month, used them for 2 months. You're not going to put them out and move them around. I don't know what was paid for those units. I'm not sure.
It was quite expensive, I can tell you.
I thought it was somewhere like
$7,000, I
something
think.
like that.
I can tell you.
$7,000 each, or
Each.
to get each?
Yeah, so
It was ARPA money.
there's a lot, if they were hooked to a trailer, and that's usually what you see. If you see a mobile speed car, it's
Exactly,
usually
yeah.
on a little trailer. You put it on Hawks Ave one week, you move it over to Bank Street the next week. You put it on Elm Street, you put it on White Creek Road. This is more or less something that is going to be permanently like the ones on 7A. That's what
Not what we had wanted. We
No.
wanted something mobile.
mobile, and they're not mobile. I've looked at them, I'm thinking about how to put them out there. To utilize them mobilely, they're just going to be dedicated to one area, but going out and charging the batteries and bringing them back to the shop and changing the batteries. There's 3 batteries in each unit.
Charging them up and then bringing them
Yeah,
out
it's
again.
just,
You have to unclip it to get
Yeah.
the battery out?
you have to
Can
take
they be retrofitted for solar?
the plug for the solar
Unit, yeah.
is already there.
So,
All
just need
the-
to
so we
add
just need to buy the solar panel.
Yeah.
But
to
they're
utilize the ones that we have, and that would help the charging,
That would help the charge.
The charging.
Not the mobility.
not the mobility. We talked about, me and the guys, about going to Harbor Freight and buying one of those $300 little 4x or 3x4 trailers and building it onto them. But then we didn't have a way to purchase through like Harbor Freight or something because
They're going to be in town soon.
yes, we didn't have a card for them. So I kind of just scratched that idea, and we were going to build something this winter.
Well, is that
It's
still a viable option?
It is, yeah.
Yes, that's on my notes right here. I said, well, we can modify these to make them, but to make them work, you know, put them on a mobile trailer and cart them around. We already have the 2 of them, so if we spend another, I want to say those trailers are like $300 a piece. We might as well buy 2 of them. We might as well make 2 speed carts and then figure out where we purchase the solar panel. It's got a plug on it. I imagine the plug is universal for different solar panels. I'm not sure.
Research.
Yeah, I mean, I think in my opinion, I've heard from a lot of people who are in favor of these. So I think doing whatever we need to do to get them is important for a lot of community members. They're
waiting for
actually
them.
excited about it.
Yes.
Hoping that it would help.
So I guess the question is, do we want to modify these, or do we want to try to return them and buy something different?
I don't know
Is
if
that
we've been over the 90 days or something. We've had them for so long. I don't know if we can return them. I looked at them. I don't know. I don't even know where. I don't have an invoice or nothing. So I did not purchase them.
But I'm not done looking.
It should be in the ARPA folder funds because that's what paid for them.
There's a whole bunch of stuff in there.
And Dave had a very specific reason why he didn't want solar panels. I do
Because
not
he
recall
said, and I watched.
why that was.
He said that he was going to change the batteries
Oh,
at the meeting.
okay.
And he said that the solar panel ones don't function if you have several cloudy days in a row.
But if it's
And that's
mobile
the downside
on a
of it.
trailer,
Right.
and it needs to be brought back to the shop to be charged, I guess that's a little bit better than taking the 3 batteries out of it. And because the port to charge it is right on the back of it. But to leave the thing up, you have to take the batteries out or take the whole thing, they're not designed to be moved around. They're designed to be put in place and left.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen them. I don't know how they work, but it would seem that you have the battery backup, you have the solar, you have battery backup. So if it is cloudy for a couple of days, then the batteries, but when the sun does come out and it gets enough light, then it's charging. So
That's right.
And most generally, it's going to be placed in an area that it can be seen, so it's probably going to be it's not going to be in a tight wooded area because it's going to impede on traffic anyway, so.
I think one of the ideas too was that, with our enhanced sheriff hours, hopefully we were going to be able to get data from those machines to kind of inform where we would put static patrols, because some of the complaints we got, then we got the data from the county, and there really wasn't, the speeding problem was overstated according to the data basically, and that there'd be like one car going by at 55 at 11 o'clock at night or something, and we can't have a sheriff. We only had 10 hours at the time, so if the sheriff is spending 5 hours during the day to catch the one teenager who speeds by at 11 o'clock at night. It was the idea for the data collection was to be able to kind of try to figure out where we could, enhance the enforcement, essentially.
Oh, I see, yeah. I'm fine with doing whatever, I just didn't know what to do. I did look into buying one of those speed carts that were all ready, set, and go, like one it's on a trailer, it's got removable signs, so you can change it would tell you how fast you're going.
Different speed limits.
But you could put 25 or 35, because that's what we have anyways, if the sign can be changed, and it has solar and battery backup, but they're $10,000, with the trailer, they're $10,000 new, for a new mobile unit. It's $10,000. Which if we paid $7,000 for these that didn't even come with a post or a solar panel, I really don't think that was a bad price.
I don't think in this case it would be throwing good money after bad. It's just making them work better for our
Yeah, I think we're at the point where we need to utilize what we have.
That way we can use them and get them up as soon as we can. Because summer is.
The expenditure is, like Brad was just saying, this is a direct result of citizen complaints, so I think we have an obligation to follow through and try to get these out there.
Yeah.
And that means buying cards and so on.
And if the DPW is willing to put in the hours to to retrofit these, then that would be,
I don't think,
be saving the town money, and it would be
Yeah.
great.
yeah.
And I'll look up the manufacturer and see what their solar panels are, how much, and then if it's just like a universal thing, like you said.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll do some research.
But yeah, we can figure something out.
Yeah.
Maybe if you have the carts, one could be out at a time, so maybe one goes out while the other one's charging.
Well, I thought that too, that was something one of the guys said. Well, if we did build a cart and you had one out there, like you just said, all right, this one's not working, it needs to be charged, just swap it out with the other one. Or we put one over here and one over there, so.
Maybe how much the solar panels cost should inform that decision.
Yeah.
So, do we want to ask Mike to come back when he has the numbers on the various components, the solar panels, the carts?
We can, even if without the solar panel, and I'm just probably jumping ahead, but even if it's like we're waiting on the solar panel to get here, if it's on the cart and it just needs to be towed back to the shop to be charged, isn't the end of the world.
Okay.
Taking the batteries out and trying to mount it on, so we'll start building these and go from there. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, like we can get the carts and make them functional.
We make them
worry about the
functional,
solar
and
panels
then
later.
I'm pretty sure, I looked online, the solar panel mounts onto this unit on like an angle anyway, so.
It seems to me that people are really waiting for these.
Okay.
So whatever is most expeditious.
But we also could get a grant likely potentially for the solar panels later as well. Because there's a lot of different movement at the state of Vermont level about these kinds of projects.
So get reimbursed for it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I don't think we need to vote anything about this. We just decided it. Great.
This is just something that needs to be done.
Yeah.
I just
It'll be
didn't
great
know
when they're up.
which way we wanted to go. Make these ones work or start over.
I don't think we want to throw $14,000 down the drain.
Make them work.
I don't either. Yeah, so I think we're gonna have to make them work.
Thank you for figuring out how.
And then we'll go from there, see what happens.
Okay.
I guess it'd be worth trying before just giving up.
Absolutely. It sounds like it should work.
Yeah, I think they seem like a decent unit themselves. They're just designed for a different purpose.
Thank you.
Well, that's all I had. Unless anybody's got any questions or want to talk
Anybody
about
have anything else they
or-
want to talk to Mike about?
Good. No, I'm just kidding.
How did the road, that one, was it last Sunday we had that heavy rain? Was it, everything work out?
For the most part, we had a few little washes on the edge of the road, but nothing major.
Not last Sunday, but the one before, I think.
Yeah,
There was
the
one day
last
we had a lot
couple,
of rain.
no, nothing major. Just a few little washouts on spots where you got an entrenched road or, just nothing crazy. Some normal washouts. But the ditches are working and doing the maintenance that we do, cleaning those ditches, that prevents the roads from washing out from the heavy rain. So all that maintenance probably did help us somewhat. And I did go over and clean the ditch out on Cold Spring Road from the pipe that crosses the road to the driveway culvert.
Great.
So
now we'll
part
see how
is
that
done.
works.
Yes.
Stage 1 has
done.
been accomplished. Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too.
You too.
Okay. Coal hole renovations. Request for a new phone system. Paul, I think this is yours.
Yeah, it's Jen too.
Oh, Jen's. Yeah.
Just to preface it, even Dave told me this before. I was like, by the way, you guys need a new phone system. The phones at Coal Hall are so old that, it's like a joke, are so old that we can't physically replace the phones. They don't make them anymore, and they're none in existence if one falls on the floor, and mine did a few weeks ago, and I was like, no! You know, and I put it back together. So we can't replace them. They're old. They're not a particularly good product, and the phone tree when someone calls is problematic. And we need more of them.
We need to add two phones. We can't add new phones because they can't add new technology to the old system.
So I think we should say we need a phone for Jen's new
Jen
office.
and the assessor.
And also Tiffany is now being housed over here, so she needs a phone.
We ran
Ran a line.
or Mike
The
ran a line,
assessor.
so she has
Yeah.
a phone, but
The assessor.
Nate, the assessor needs one.
Especially for the
Because the
upcoming
Appraisal, the appraisal.
appraisal.
So take it from there, Joe.
Yeah.
Webmaster extraordinaire.
So that's what it boils down to. We need phones that we can't add new technology to the older system, and the hub system downstairs can't add a new line.
It's outdated.
It's outdated. And with that said, the new system that they suggest is a VoIP. And our existing, it's voice over IP system. And our internet connection doesn't support that. So because we're all sharing in this building under 20 Mbps.
Wow.
Which is
Insane.
equivalent to dial-up, like less than
Right.
dial-up. It's really, really slow. And I'm surprised Zoom works, but it does. But yes, so they are rep from ESI who does the phone system. That's why it's an upgrade of our existing system. She put together a quote for us from Consolidated for a 1 gig upgrade. And that actually comes out to less than what we're paying Comcast because they are severely overcharging us.
Wow.
And that was 10 years ago we bought this phone system. So right now Comcast, with fees, because we are out of contract with Comcast for this building, they are charging $458.76 a month.
And that's just for phones, or is that phones and internet?
That's phone, voice, and internet.
Okay.
And cable TV, which we've never had.
We've never had, they're charging us. We're in the process of, we were already in the process of renegotiating the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And then we're like, well, here's this
Yeah.
part of it,
And then,
Okay.
because they were charging us.
My brain hurts
yeah,
a little bit
my brain
right
hurts
now.
too. They are also charging our fire departments for TV and mobility lines, and we'll be taking care of that soon too. That'll be part of my job to get rid of all of that.
And so with this, working with Consolidated, are you also talking to them about Fidium upgrade for your Wi-Fi at the same, because they kind of are
There
in
won't be.
tandem?
Consolidated actually came in cheaper than Fidium.
Really interesting. And they can do
Yes.
VoIP as well?
Yes,
All of
this is.
it. Okay.
Yes,
Yep. All right.
Consolidated.
Perfect.
So Consolidated came in at, it's all one part together.
Okay.
So
I see.
Consolidated would be $200 a month. The ESI phone system would be $242 a month for 60 months with a $144 setup fee. That's a one-time fee, the $144. So it would be $442 a month for both companies.
Okay.
But the phone system is brand new
Yep.
and it's top of the line. And there would be never a busy signal calling Cole Hall. Everybody would have access on an app on their computer for the phone system. We'd actually be able to set our voicemail.
I thought you might make a motion,
Oh, make a motion.
so we can continue our discussion.
It's necessary, I'm sorry.
We should do the fire department.
Yeah, eventually, once this is set, the fire departments, same thing, they're all being overcharged for everything. They're being charged for cell phones they haven't had in years. That bill's $166 higher than it should be every single month.
Wow.
Yep.
I found
First
this,
thing I looked at.
it needs to be taken care of, it just can't all be done in the same week.
In your very first day as
Yeah, this was my
operations
first day.
coordinator. Thank you.
All right, well, I'll
So
make
can we have a motion?
Sure, I'll make a motion to accept this new phone system contract from ESI for Shaftsbury Town Hall
We get fun new
for a
physical
$144 setup, $242 a month for 60 months. Does that mean, I guess they can change it after 60 months, maybe? Is that what that means?
Is that what that means? Can I have a second?
60 months.
Second.
Thank you,
Yes.
Brad.
The consolidated, if you want me to pull it up, I can pull it up on here so you can see the
Passed it
two.
around.
And we
We've
also
been
have-
looking at it.
Yeah, we looked, yeah.
I passed mine.
We
Oh,
looked.
you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
5 years. we
The
won't
consolidated
be
two.
using phones anymore.
Yeah.
We'll be using chips in our brains.
And if you wanted to see the existing ones,
Yeah.
I think we'll all
I think we-
cry
Yeah.
if we see it, so
You know, looking
let's
at
not.
those
I think we should
past
just,
bills
Yeah.
was one of the first things I
It's-
did, and I'm like,
it was like
are
nauseating.
they charging
anything
us
about
for it?
this anybody wants to ask, Jen?
No,
I'm sorry?
if you think this is the way to go, then I'm all for it,
Yeah.
especially the junk charges. Comcast is known as
Yeah.
not the greatest corporate citizen in the world, I think, so.
No.
Right.
Crazy.
Okay. All in favor of asking Jen to move forward with this? Aye. 400. Wow. Thank you, Operations Coordinator.
Heck of a first day.
Okay. The zoning permit fees. And I think this you were going to show, right, Jen?
I think Jen has it. I have other copies too. I ended up, I think I forgot that I made other copies, so there are 2 more. So our zoning administrator emailed me last week and said, he sent me this document, a proposal of increasing the zoning fees. It's not even that much of an increase, but she noted that when she started 10 years ago, they haven't gone up since then in a decade. And things like posting notices in the banner has gone up, and her, operational expenses have gone up. So on the bottom of this document, a structure to 599 square feet was $25, and she's saying 35. Like, she's not even going up that much, but just enough to say, a little bit more here and there to cover her expenses, because it's just, so this is her proposal to do so. That's a good idea.
Can I have a motion to accept this zoning permit fee increase proposal?
So moved.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Brad.
Would this go into effect immediately?
I would think it would make sense if today's the first day of the
it's
fiscal
first year
year.
of the fiscal year, so it makes sense that it would go.
I didn't see her have any customers today, so I'll speak to her in the morning. So,
And then this will be up on the website somewhere so that folks can take a look.
jobs for day 2.
Excellent.
Any further discussion on this?
No.
Yeah. Seems to me it's long overdue.
A decade, yeah.
Great. All in favor?
Aye.
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 400. Thank you.
Sure.
And thank you to Shelley.
Yes. She's very good at her job.
Okay. Committee stipends. I guess I just wanted to comment that we are in a process of trying to kind of understand what the situation is with our committee stipends, and because we were absent a bookkeeper for a glitch of time, there's a sort of black hole there that everybody is trying to figure out, and when we get our hands around that black hole and shed some light in it, we'll be reporting back to people.
And there were
Tiffany is hot on it, Paul is hot on it.
Keepers in the interim, and things are bound to get dropped and figured out, and memories forgotten. So we're trying to figure out who gets what when, according to the pay schedules of what year.
Yeah, there's been quite a while of
Yes.
problem that
We are on.
working to sort out,
Yes.
but it'll get sorted. And 19 is an amendment to the town administrator contract. The select board discussed this in an executive session. With the new policies and procedures that we adopted at our last meeting.
That were presented to the employees this morning in a very successful meeting.
It came to light that everybody else is being given 12 sick days a year, but in fact, in the town administrator's new contract, there were only 5. So we had agreed that she should be awarded the same amount of sick time as everybody else.
Sure. Not you. No, I'm kidding.
Yes. So, we have an amended contract here. Could I have a motion to sign that?
Sure, I'll make a motion to sign the new town administrator contract, revised.
Here's my
I'll give you my sick days.
Second by Brad. Thank you.
Use your sick days.
Any discussion?
Thank you for my additional 7 sick days.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to sign it on our behalf. Congratulations, don't spend your sick time all in one place.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's good.
Okay, the Bennington County Sheriff's contract.
Yes, I received the contract. The previous town administrator would sign it because it was already pre-approved by the select board. And it came through again this year, and I did the same thing, and I signed it. And then I went, wait a minute, do I need to go by the select board? But you had already approved it. So
Yes.
I don't know if, do you feel a need to sign this? Or is it okay if it's already approved by the time I get it?
So it's in the budget and everything?
Yes.
in the budget.
It's in the budget. Yes, okay, so,
Great. Thank you
And
for
then-
bringing it to us, though.
yeah, you're welcome. But there are other things that come up, like this one is from our auditor, and it's not a bill, not yet, but it's just an indication, a letter to confirm our understanding of the terms of objectives of their engagement, because they audit us at our request every year to keep everything above board. And the lines on the back, we understand the purpose of this letter is to clarify, blah, 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 and there are 3 lines to sign. And I can't find a precedent. I can't find the one from last year. Do I sign this?
It's on the website. It's on the website.
Oh, this is on the
Sullivan
website?
and Powers? Is it
Yeah.
Sullivan and Powers? Yeah.
The one they signed is on the website? Oh, I hope it is. So, things like this, do I go ahead and sign them, or do I bring them to you? Because it's just an agreement, and they do it every year.
Mike,
This is a sort of
you've
thing.
been here the longest of those of us at the table tonight. What's the...
I feel like we had voted to give Dave the
Dave, the
powers,
permission, that's, I think, that's what I recall, that we just gave you executive privilege to sign
If it makes
on our
it-
behalf.
Exactly. Okay, good.
Okay.
And there was another one that came through today. I think we need to sign it. It has to do with the map people for the listers. So I just want to make sure that I have the permission to sign the things that were...
This is the 23 one.
Oh, okay.
Just Melanie and Dave.
Melanie and
The
Dave.
last page.
Okay.
Is that, oh, okay.
Yeah, well, that makes sense for
There
the
were
treasurer
two
to sign
documents.
as well.
Melanie took one and I took this one. So I just want to make sure I have signing privileges, permission and all.
Great. Any other business? No? Okay.
That seemed to be the only signing page on that one. But that was
That
the...
doesn't look like this. My only other business is information that I'm meeting with Jim from Casella tomorrow, because our contract is up for the transfer station and it needs to be renegotiated. So I'll be doing that tomorrow. And Mike will be in the meeting too.
Good. Okay. Review of action items. Have you been taking notes on that, Martha?
Today, we didn't really have any action items. We have several, yes, we had the solar panel action item, but otherwise, we do have to come back to a conflict of interest statement from our last meeting, which we'll get to, and then I think there was a drafting of a policy for the new open meeting minute rules, neither of which have come up yet because they're still in the process of being written. So that'll be something for
For our next
another
meeting, hopefully. Yep.
Yes. Yes.
2 things for our next meeting.
Yep.
Who's going to write that?
I'm writing the conflict of interest statement or revising what we have at the
And
moment.
Paula
And I
and I
think
are
Paula
doing
was
it.
going to do the open meeting law revision.
Can help if you want. Okay. With the Zoom lady, so. It makes sense. We'll work on it.
Good.
Cool.
Okay. Great. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Thank you, Mike.
Second.
Thank you, Brad. All in favor?
Aye.
Adjourned 400. Thank you,
Recording
everybody.
stopped.
I will not be here the next meeting. Just letting everyone know right now.
Hope you're going to do something
I
pleasant.
will be on vacation.
Oh, nice. Where are you going?
Montreal.
Nice food.